What is going on, Money Team? We got CDL Major 2 qualifiers this weekend again. I got 4 bets for Friday for you guys, and we'll then give an outlook for the rest of the weekend. So let's get right into it. I got 2 straight bets and 2 player props lined up. I'll start with the straight bets. First up, I got Minnesota Rocker plus 1.5 handicap versus Optic Texas at 1.72 odds for 3 units. I have been very impressed with the Rocker since the end of Major 1. They still look sharp so far into Major 2. They pushed the best team in the game, Toronto Ultra, to a last map. They don't really have a weak game mode. And they're up against the Optic team I just haven't been impressed with all season long, considering the players they got on their squad. So I see Rocker winning one of the first 2 maps, probably the S&D. And then you already know Optic is gonna be a little bit frustrated. Dashi is gonna be like, oh my god, dude, we're such superstars, bro. What the fuck, guys? I'm checked, man. I got 0 dope, bruh. Something like that. And then I see Rocker also taking at least one of map 3 and 4. Maybe they even 3-1 Optic here. I could see it. I also like the map pool of Rocker in this Optic matchup. So yeah, I'm going for the semi-upset here for sure. And then my second straight bet is the Miami Heretics to win map 2 versus Las Vegas Legion at 1.72 odds for 3 unit as well. I like Miami's S&D. They always play close against the big boys, while Vegas lost a freaking S&D against fucking LAG last week, while also just being subpar at it all season long. I think their roster change impacts the S&D much more compared to the change of Miami. I also can't think of a map where Vegas is good in general in S&D, while Miami have a few they looked strong on in the past, so I'm really liking this one. And then onto my player props for tomorrow. They are both in the NYSL versus Boston game, and I got these on Bet365 as always. The first one is going to be Zip to have the most kills versus Priester in the whole series at 1.66 odds for 4 units. I was on NYSL to win before I seen this bet. It was at 1.61 odds only. But then I saw this one and cashed that one out. I like this a lot more because basically if NYSL win this series, this is close to an absolute guarantee while also being slightly better odds. And even if Boston end up winning the series, this could still hit since Zip is simply much better than Priester, and Slasher has also been stepping it up big time for Boston, getting a lot of kills. So with Priester being the other AR on that team, he just gets less kills because of that, obviously. So I think this is a much better bet than the NYSL money line, since it provides more likeliness of winning at even slightly better odds. But I still do think NYSL wins this one. I'm just not betting it. And then my second prop in the same series is gonna be Hydra to have under 7.5 kills on map 2 at 1.83 odds for 3 units. His line for map 2 kills has been set at over under 6.5 for a long time. Now last week he covered the over for the first time in a long time, and they put it at 7.5 now because of that. I don't really understand why, to be honest. Hydra's S&D has been pretty underwhelming all season long, mostly because Kismet is definitely their best S&D player. Hydra only had 8 or more kills in one of the last 5 S&Ds he played, so I just think the bookies made a mistake here, putting this line at 7.5. So that is it for my bets for tomorrow, but there is still Saturday and Sunday left. I have not placed anything on those yet, as I still do have a few question marks in my head about the new patch and which teams are good on the new map Rio. So I'd rather observe Friday's games and then get back to you guys with another video or a tweet, let's see. But I will quickly go through the rest of the schedule here with you guys, giving you my thoughts. So these are Saturday's games. In the Vegas versus Toronto game, I don't like the Toronto 3-0. because they might test some of the worst maps in this game, because they are, you know, up against Vegas. Why wouldn't you? Which might lead to an upset here or there, kinda unpredictable, so I'd rather stay away. Then in the LAG versus Optic game, I might play the Optic trio here, depending on how they look against Rocker. That's it. And in the Miami versus LAT game, I thought about playing the Miami map 2 win, but the odds are lower than in the game against Vegas for map 2, which I don't agree with. I think LAT is better at S&D than Vegas, so I decided not to touch it yet. And these are Sunday's games. For Seattle versus Carolina, I couldn't find any information whether if the pro teams are scrimming Seattle again, or if they still only play challenger teams in scrims. If they got pro scrims again, I would have picked Seattle. If they didn't, I would have picked Carolina. But since I don't have that information, I'm not touching this one. About the Rocker versus Boston game, I was thinking Rocker to win, but the odds don't seem inviting, are at around 1.57. I'm not liking that. Maybe if Boston beats NYSL, they will shift a little bit, and then I would take Rocker, probably at around 1.66. I will of course inform you guys if I do. And then for the last game of the weekend, FaZe versus NYSL. Right now I'm thinking FaZe minus 1.5 handicap, but if NYSL really slam Boston, I might sway my opinion into the NYSL plus 1.5 handicap. Again, I would simply rather wait. So that is it for this video, guys. Like I said, maybe I'll make another video at some point this weekend about more CDL bets. Maybe I'll just make a tweet, let's see. So make sure to follow me on both, and until then, the money team is out.